Welcome to another video where I take a look at some of the additions to my Depeche Mode collection this week. And there's no tapes this week and there's very few CDs, it's mostly vinyl, you'll be pleased to hear. So let's get through the CDs quick. So first of all, start with the most recent CD, is Sounds of the Universe. Nothing particularly spectacular about this, although if you see the labelling along the bottom there, you can see it's a reissue. So it's a Sony Music BMG reissue, and the small text gives away the fact that it is an Australian copy of the CD because it says Venus Note Limited, Mute Records Limited, a BMG company under exclusive license to Sony Music Entertainment, distributed in Australia by Sony Music Entertainment Australia Pty Limited. So another Australian CD. And here's another one, which is Depeche Mode Songs of Faith and Devotion Live. And this is, again, it's a reissue, it's a BMG reissue, but it's not the European one. Again, it's the Australian one with similar copyright, small text. The packaging on both those are the same as the UK and European. And then the last CD I got, and I was just kind of version sniping, for want of a better word, on eBay, and I spotted this Reprise logo on this copy of Ultra. This is an original Ultra release actually from 1997, but the US release. Again, the disc and the inserts are very similar, but the giveaway is the Reprise logo. That's it for CDs. Then moving on to the vinyl. I got hold of a French version of it's called the Heart 7-inch. So we know it's French because it's got Vogue on the back there. And this actually isn't the sleeve, this is the fold-out poster that comes with the single. So there you go, a classic Singles 8185 photo, and it actually gives a credit here. Eric Watson took this photo, so this is pre-Anton Corbijn. I think every country got a photo, every country got a poster version, and France were no different. And this one has got quite plain looking paper labels and the SACEM logo there as well, but VG over here to point out that it's Vogue. Now I got this because it's a variant of one I've already got. So again, it came with a poster, but this one had injection labels. This was actually from Vinyl Tap by the looks of it. I didn't notice that before, but that's got silver injection labels. And the funny thing about this is I'm not entirely sure that this silver injected one was supposed to have a poster with it, but it does. So I've got, yeah, I think I'm pretty well covered for the French 7-inch versions of It's Called the Heart now. And then the other 7-inch I got this week was It's No Good 7-inch. So, you know, we're talking now the kind of date 1997 where 7 inches were much less of a thing, and you know, CD singles were all the rage. As you can tell, it's got the Reprise logo on, so this is a US 7-inch. And if you see my video about Pro Mode, you'll recognise this kind of there's almost like a steamship logo for Reprise at that point in time. And on the B side, as usual, is Slow Blow. I don't know whether it came with a paper sleeve. I'm thinking I don't have any US singles that aren't punched for jukebox and have actual proper paper, you know, Depeche Mode looking sleeves. So generic sleeves all the way really on those. So that's the 7 inches. Let's just get another speaking spell out of the way. Again, I've got another video where I go through all my speaking spells. I've got a dozen or so now. and to all intents and purposes this looks like a UK version. No extra logos or anything, but it's not. It's actually a South African version that's in the wrong sleeve. Again, this is a bit of sniping on eBay, although the eBay seller only showed the front, they didn't show the rear, and I would have been a bit iffy of buying it otherwise. But I did see the label, and I did see it was CBS, and that indicated to me that it was somewhere other than the UK. And yeah, there were two releases of this in South Africa. If you watch my other video, you'll see the other South African copy, and you'll see the distinctive markings on the back of it as well. So this is on the CBS record label, and it's ASF2759, so it's distinct from the other South African version. Onto a nicer graded record. Another copy of some great award. I will go through all my copies eventually, I think. This isn't the standard UK label, which obviously got my curiosity piqued. It's got the NCB stamp on, which tells me it's Scandinavian, and this is from 1984. You can see the NCB there. So it's probably made in Holland. Let me see if it actually says it is. Oh yeah, it does say made in Holland on the edge there. They made them in the Netherlands and then distributed them to Scandinavia. The album has got not a card one like we saw last week, but a paper one with the cutout to get the vinyl in on it easy. So very similar to the UK release with the lyrics on. And this is the album that a lot of people say got them into Depeche Mode. I was a bit younger, so wasn't into buying records until, well, buying CDs and tapes it was, until Black Celebration came out, and the first one I got was actually singles 81, 85, and then Black Celebration a year later. But this one, because of the tracks that are on it, you know, you've got People Are People on there, which was the big single, Somebody, very romantic single, Master and Servant, quite controversial, and so is Blasphemous Rumours. And listening back to this album yesterday, I realised this actually goes in hard in terms of the sound. It's far less poppy than previous albums, and a bit of a precursor to what was going to happen on Black Celebration. And actually, my favourite track is probably Something to Do, in actual fact. So, yeah, 9 tracks, but all really good. So that's Stum 19 from Scandinavia, 1984. And then next, all the way from an independent record store in my old hometown in North Wales, is People Are People, Canadian album. Very plain cover. You should recognise the band. This is from the shoot of the single People Are People, I think, in the guts of that decommissioned battleship. So this was like almost like catching up with Depeche Mode. So it's an amalgamation, like a compilation of tracks. You can see there, People Are People, Now This Is Fun, Loving Itself, Work Hard, Told You So, Get the Balance Right, Leaving Silence, Pipeline, Everything Counts. And it actually does say it contains previously released material. I only, up to this point of getting this, I only had this Japanese version of this, and from my old collection, I had it on CD. So I've got the Canadian CD, so it's nice to have the Canadian vinyl. And there's no insert, and it's got a fairly typical, Canadian American looking, North American, let's say, Sire Records, yellow label with the blue logo. There's lots of different versions of this, they're all very similar. And then from the same record shop is Everything Counts, the live tracks. Again, I did a video about this. There's lots and lots of different versions of this. This is German, you can tell, because it says Platte in Farbigen vinyl, which means it's coloured vinyl. It has 4 live tracks on the live side, as they're calling it, that plays at 33 1/3. New Life, Boys Say Go, Nothing to Fear, and The Meaning of Love. And it always makes me laugh at the end of Meaning of Love when Dave says, "Who was here last night then?" And I always say that at the end of listening to that side. And on the studio side at 40 feet, 45 RPM is the original 7-inch mixer, everything counts. So this is German, it's int 126837, it's the equivalent of L12 Bong 3. And what's special about it, and the reason I went nuts when I saw the photo of what had come in at this shop that my friend back home showed me, was it's the clear vinyl. You don't see the clear vinyl very often in the UK for sale. So there you go. And it plays really well, actually. You know, sometimes you can't tell with these coloured vinyls whether they're going to be scratched or not, but this plays really nicely. You know, BG plus, let's say. So I had a very fun lunchtime on Friday, looking at a flick through. My friend went over to the record shop, did a flick through, and this is what I ended up with. There were lots of other coloured vinyls as well, so I've already got them in my collection, but you know, take a look at Noise and Noise, independent record shop. They may still be there. And then finally, lurking in the background, as ever, I always like to have something lurking in the background, is an unofficial release, Depeche Mode Bologna 1984. So it's a live recording from Italy. So it's March the 5th, 1984. And it's got a quite cute photo of them on the back, nicely packaged as ever with these bootlegs. How many tracks have we got? 16 tracks from the Construction Time Again tour. Always a gamble. The reason I wanted to buy this is because I really like the cover. It's obviously an alternate take of the Construction Time Again photography by Brian Griffin, and the inserts are just plain white paper inserts. So that's the packaging. What does it actually sound like? You know, you'll know from my videos that it's a bit hit and miss. It's always a bit sort of 50-50 whether you're going to get decent soundboard recording or a surprising audience recording. This is an audience recording, but I think whoever had the microphone was stood near the front somewhere, and there's not that much crowd noise on there, so it's atmospheric without being irritating with the crowd noise on, and I really like it. I've listened to it all the way through. It's very nostalgic and well worth a listen, especially if you like that period of Depeche Mode. So, finally, a decent bootleg. There we have it. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe for more videos about Depeche Mode, vinyl and CDs and tapes sometimes coming your way soon. Cheers.